Our next panelist is Kodi Traver. Kodi is the US and Mexico sales manager for Fareva, which is known globally as a leader in R&D formulations and contract manufacturing and filling. He is a graduate of Alfred University, where he attained a BA in ceramic engineer and minor in chemistry. After graduation, he launched his career in Paris with Saint-Gobain, where he managed the research and development of glass manufacturing. This quickly led into managing a technical assistance team to support all European and American facilities. His expanding expertise guided him to the luxury glass sector of the cosmetic and spirit industry, where he managed the product development for SGD North America. He has received notable awards from Saint-Gobain's Innovation of the Year and managed projects that have won Fragrance Foundation awards. Welcome, Kodi Traver.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming. Let's dig in. Just as our other panelists have started to define luxury, prestige, and premium, here are some of the definitions I'd like to share with you of how I begin to see it. Luxury, more as extravagance, and we've heard a few presentations and information on this. Prestige, more along the lines of the essence of a good reputation, positive. Whereas the premium, and where I'd like to spend more of the time, be the gap from standard. The reason the consumer would reach out for something a little more expensive, something superior in value. Although they're used interchangeably in every type of industry, within our industry, it's always a bit of a melange. So I'd like to focus on the premium and get a little bit deeper in there. Well, what is the key to a premium product, a successful product? What I've listed here are a few clues to a successful product. The packaging, it's at the forefront. It's what every consumer sees first. The fragrance, it's what we love, it's what we identify with. The claim, it's noted on the packaging, it's the give back to the consumer. Leads into the benefits, the desire to reap the benefits of every product. What are they really getting out of it? And of course, the trends. It's how we fall in love, it's the lifestyle, it's how the product fits into our life. These facets, as Marc mentioned, they help us understand why we're willing to pay more for a product. There's similar products on the market, but in order for a product to be premium, to pay a little bit more, you need to have a full melange of these. In order to be incrementally better, it helps you to stand out. That's what premium means. It's a major goal for designers. Lately in the industry, there's been the use of trends presentations to push these designs. It's the real driver for new product success. What I'd like to show you next are a few different trends, show you the inspiration, show you how it's leading manufacturing. We'll start with Through the Ages. I'll spend most of the time on this. There's a few behind this, but this is the one I'd like to focus on. It's very cyclical in fashion and design. It's old is new, 50 is the new 30, vintage, hipster, we hear these a lot. This one I buy into. Not being a designer, I can relate to this, and you'll see some examples later on in the presentation. Other trends, ocean view, free-spirited, coastal living. Not being a designer, please don't speak to me that much, but I'm sure there's some of you in the crowd that will understand. Sharing, social media. Everyone's exchanging ideas. The world's moving very fast. Everyone likes to share. Generation Y, I believe we heard it earlier in the presentation. It's young, it's the new life. Everyone wants to be themselves. Graduating college, the corporate life is almost out. Entrepreneurs. Again, these are the drivers of new products that are being successful that are coming out on the market. Having worked 14 years thus far in different glass industries, to me glass is always the focal point. Whether it's the human sustainability, I believe Marc even mentioned the iPhone earlier, drinkware, the automotive industry, the newest, most expensive cars, double sunroofs, Tesla has the full moon roofs, underground restaurants. Glass is really a focal point. It really ties into the luxury, the extravagant living. So how does this relate to our industry? Again, I mentioned the return to ages. Up here I've got a few different perfume bottles, some Avon vintage from the 60s. I've got the Rosen from 43, the original Dior. I'm sure many of you know these, or at least can see the similarities. So as we talk about our industry, we see them returning. Again, I mentioned the up and down, the return of fashion. Kodi's been very successful in this. RHONA has been great, bringing celebrities into this. I'm sure you can see the similarities. I'm sure you can see the return. It's really the drive from the vendors to give these trends presentation to designers and manufacturers. We see a return. It's not just about the design sometimes though. I'd like to spend a little time on the manufacturing capability. There's a big push for clarity in the industry, clarity of glass, the difficulty of manufacturing. Some of these bottles that you see on the left, I'm sure you know some of these, the Vieille Belle, the Bottega that just won the Fifis, and even celebrities again. Some of these even set records in pushing the thickness of glass. It's extremely difficult to do, especially when you incorporate the clarity of the glass. Coming down to the formula, the manufacturing capability. It pushes so far as the spirit industry. On the far right, the Johnny Walker Blue, it's actually got some new technology involved with it, but the thickness of the glass. It's very high end. It raises the bar so much technically that allows the consumer to see why it's premium, why would they pay the extra dollar to have this when there's something similar on the market. The market's saturated with glass manufacturing capability. But to create glass that is the focal point, that's premium. Oh. There we go. As a conclusion, premium is the gap from regular. I think we've heard that a few times. I want to reinforce that point. We need to find a way to take something that people really don't understand, that's difficult, the thick glass, the clarity of glass, you need to make them value it. Once they see the value in that, well then you've won. Then you've got a premium package. Thank you all for your time. Thank you, Marc. Appreciate it.